Good morning. I'm Steve from Quantamize, and you're going to want to watch this video because we're about to tell you the most important trends and news driving markets this morning. You're watching the Quantamize Global AM Markets Preview.
Today is April 17th, 2019. I'm spending my time this morning looking at Chinese ADRs after yesterday's news that a US-China trade deal is imminent and following the Chinese economic report for 1Q that was released last night. GDP grew 6.4% with factory output and retail sales topping market forecasts. Some of my favorite China ADRs include Alibaba, Yum China, Weibo, YY, and HTHT. If I were you, I would definitely check out those names. Technical analysts are warning that the weakness in Russell 2K stocks is a warning sign for the current rally. We are actually taking a different perspective. As we highlighted earlier this week, small cap ETFs are our favorites, and we see the group outperforming large cap stocks coming out of earnings season. Remember, like we discussed last week, earnings expectations for 1Q have been slashed the most in 3 years. Stocks are set for a beat and raise scenario which will be a catalyst to drive a continuation in the current rally. Now let me tell you about some really important stock news you need to be following this morning. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos argues against those who complain of its market power in the company's annual letter to shareholders. Critics complain that Amazon earns 50 cents of every dollar spent online in the US, and the power it wields is immense. For many sellers who originally viewed Amazon as a partner now see them as a competitor. Many sellers complain that Amazon now sells products similar to theirs, at prices that undercut them in spots on the site that are more prominent than theirs. Most sellers on Amazon are loath to invite regulations, but at least seem willing to listen to proposals. Not really sure where this is going to end. Amazon.com has a very dominant market position with a limited number of competitors. IBM reports first quarter revenue that showed a drop in cloud computing and artificial intelligence revenue. IBM blamed the drop on foreign exchange headwinds, saying that without those two, revenue would have grown roughly 12%. Overall, earnings were in line with expectations. IBM expects to close the acquisition of Red Hat later this year, its largest acquisition ever, and one hoped to fuel its growth. I'm not really following IBM, but it might be one to keep on your watch list. Netflix reports second quarter guidance for subscriber additions that trails analyst expectations. Netflix expects to add 5 million net subscribers in 2Q, well below the 6.1 million forecast. Just as a point of comparison, Netflix added 9.6 million subscribers in the first quarter, beating expectations of 8.96 million. I'm closely following the stock. Options markets were implying a 6% move ahead of earnings. Right now the stock is only up 1 to 2% in pre-market trading. Pepsi reports first quarter results that beat expectations on the strength of its sales of its drinks and snacks. Snacks saw a jump of over 5% in revenue growth last quarter. Pepsi says it will continue strong advertising to maintain the momentum. Pepsi is one of my favorite stocks in the consumer staples sector. And finally, Qualcomm and Apple have come to a final agreement to end all litigation between the two companies. Qualcomm and Apple signed a 6-year supply agreement with a 2-year option to extend. As a result of the deal, Intel says it's no longer going to continue its efforts to grab a larger share of the mobile handset chip market. Intel has spent years trying to break into the market and has planned to launch 5G chips in 2020. But with Apple and Qualcomm resolving their dispute, which involves Apple returning to Qualcomm, Intel has decided to abandon its efforts to gain share in the space.
Thanks for watching this video. We'd love to hear from you. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, leave a comment below, shoot us a tweet, or send us an email. Let us know what you think about our AM Markets Preview and some other points that you'd like us to mention. I'm Steve from Quantamize, and you were just watching the Quantamize Global AM Markets Preview.